Forward, number 67, Wyatt Bear. Also starting for the Thunder, number 55, Nathan Lava. Number 44, forward, Gavin Moore. Also playing for the Thunder. In goal, number 29, or pardon me, 29, Callum DeWolf. Forward, number 22, Ethan Atkinson. And also on defense, number 11, Max Donald Parker. Head coach for the Fundy Thunder is Connor Miller. Starting lineup for the Cape Breton Jets in goal, number 72, Daniel Levat. Also starting for the Jets on defense, number 4, Zach McIntyre. On defense, number 6, Stefan LeBlanc. Forward, number 27, Matt Phillips. Forward, number 25, Foss Jefferson Francis McDonald. And forward, number 77, Isaac Ward. Cape Breton Jets are coached by Jim Hay.
And welcome into the Sport and Members of Sport and Wellness Center. My name is Jeff McIntyre for High Button Sports, bringing you an under-16 AAA matchup between the visiting Fundy Thunder and the hometown Cape Breton Jets. Just going to hand you off to the PA announcer. Be back with you shortly. And we're just about ready to get things kicked off. Starting goalies for this afternoon's game. In goal for the Thunder is Cooper Collins, number 34. And at the other end for the Jets, number 72, Daniel Lavat. These teams have played once so far this season, with the Jets narrowly escaping with a victory in that one. Thunder will be looking for a little bit of a revenge this afternoon. And here we go. Jets control it off the draw. McIntyre flips it ahead. Cut off there by Parker. He'll fire it across off a couple of bodies just inside the zone. And it's chipped out to center. LeBlanc fires it across to McIntyre. McIntyre chips it down to the corner. Phillips gives chase. Pokes it around his man. Jets have control inside the zone. Back to the point. Shot by LeBlanc is wide of the goal. Phillips tries to go for the hit. And he has it reversed. Jets still with possession. McDonald down in the corner. Tries to walk out front. Has it stripped. Thunder negate that pass. Big hit in the corner. Played all the way around. Kept in by McIntyre. He takes a shot towards the net, but that's knocked down by Parker. Max Parker with another chance, but can't pick up the pass along the boards. Flipped down the ice, but gloved down by McIntyre at center. McIntyre plays it off the boards to himself. Has it knocked away from him by Cogger, just coming off the bench. LeBlanc stripped in the corner. Thunder with possession. Cogger behind the net. Centering pass. Just out of the reach of the onrushing Thunder player in the slot area. Crawley knocks his man down in the corner, but McIver picks it up there. Passes it across to Cogger. Cogger stripped of it by Lee. Turned over again. Thunder had possession. Can't get a shot away. It was McIver. McIver has it stripped, but Lee can't find it in his feet. Wraparound chances there. Just wide of the player on the back post for the Thunder, and it's chipped down the ice. Off the stick, and that'll be the first whistle of the game. Flies over the boards. Some chances at both ends of the ice. We're still scoreless in the early going. Face-off's controlled by the Jets. Quick shot towards the goal. Hits a body in front, and it's turned over just inside the blue line. Crawley couldn't get the shot away. And back the other way comes Morash. He'll gain the line. Peel off. Played around to the near wall. Chip to the center. Connects with Lee. He headmans the puck. Good skate there by the Thunder to negate that promising rush. Morrison will gain the line. Go for a change. Fundy Thunder with lots of time to break this out. Jets will peel off. That's off a skate at center. Offside if they touch it, and they do. Thunder player was a step ahead of the puck. Moore will step in for the Thunder and take the draw. Battle to the boards was Jador. Parker reverses play, and that's shot into the Jets bench. Another quick whistle. Thunder control it off the draw. A pass ahead. Doesn't connect with Rennie, but it's poked outside the line. Jets will have to tag up. Parker picks up the puck, overskates it. Lays a hit down there on Penny. Jador lays in to his man as well. Big pile up down in the far corner. Parker comes away with it for the Thunder. He'll gain the line over to Rennie. Rennie, weak shot towards the goal, and that's covered up by Lavat. McDonald for the Jets. Hard rim around, kept in at the point by Pitts. It'll be fired down behind the Jets' goal. Baird on it. He's knocked off the puck by two Jets. Back to the point. That shot's blocked. White couldn't get it through to the goal. Knifed away by Levat. Into the corner. Played up to the boards. Into the middle. Just off the stick of Butters. Big battle, but it's sent to an open wing. Black puts it ahead. A little bit behind Butters, but he chips it ahead. That'll be just outside the line. Jets will have to tag up. It's dumped down into the Thunder zone. Just played off the boards, and that'll squeak outside the zone. The Jets will have to tag up. With a head of steam here comes Pitts. Just gets it inside the zone, but turned over to LeBlanc. McIntyre, back to LeBlanc. LeBlanc flips it ahead, but that's a nice play there to negate that pass by Atkinson. Or pardon me, that's Gagnon. Back the other way. Turned over quickly there by the Thunder. Does keep it in at the line momentarily, but Smith McNeil gets it ahead to Lee. Lee has it knocked off his stick at the blue line. Here's McIver. He's stripped of the puck at the line, and that'll be an offside call against the Thunder. It's been a common theme in the early going here. Both teams would do well to start dumping the puck in instead of carrying it. Off the draw, LeBlanc controls it for the Jets, plays it up the boards, just out of the reach of Simmons. He chips it ahead though. Smith McNeil pinched off along the boards, kept in at the line. Oh, pardon me, it's offside. Jets tag up, and they're back in on the forecheck. It's dumped down the ice by the Thunder. McIntyre with it now inside his own zone. Spins off his man, plays it ahead just out of the reach of Smith McNeil, and it'll be a turnover to the Thunder. Played off the boards, but he wasn't quite ready for the pass. It was Laba there. Played the line and out. Pemberton got a stick on it, but couldn't keep it alive. There's Stevens, bumps into the linesman. Just played inside the Fundy zone. Jets gonna have to tag up again as two men went in. Morash has it. He's knocked off stride, but just enough to avoid a penalty by Phillips. Phillips lays another bit of a hip check down behind the goal. Puck comes free. There's Phillips into the middle, connects with Ward, but he's stripped of the puck before he can get a shot away. Phillips will play it back down low. Morash trying to get to it first. McDonald beats him to the puck. Played to an open corner for Pemberton. He'll play it off the side of the goal. Laba behind the net, plays it hard around, up the boards. Big hit by Stevens, and it's dragged outside the zone by McDonald of the Jets. They'll regroup in their own zone. Here's Pemberton with it. Hard slap pass across to Phillips, but he can't pick it up cleanly. Icing's waved off. Play it hard around the boards. It'll hit a skate and drift out to center. Black dumps it in, but takes a massive hit by Warwick along the boards in the neutral zone. It looks to be okay after that bone-crushing hit. Played to the line, just outside. Warwick couldn't pick up that saucer pass. Now Black will have to go back for it with Warwick on his tail. Played to the boards and put back down. Jets trying to break it out cleanly here, but having a tough time stringing a couple of passes together. Put behind the Jets net, turned over there. Thunder have it now. Here's White at the point, down to the half wall. Phillips seals his man off there. It's Uloth, centering pass, connects there. No shot on the back door, and it just hits Colin McDonald's skate. Otherwise, there would have been a tap in on the back door. Black plays it around, out of the reach of Phillips. White's going to keep it there. Jets having a tough time breaking this forecheck for the Thunder. And yet again, kept in at the line. Toward the net, that's blocked by McDonald. Kept in at the line once again, but this is going to be chipped out. Sent ahead. In is Morrison. Converged on by two Fundy players, and they do well to negate any shot on that partial breakaway chance for Morrison. Played back for McIntyre in his own zone. Looking to get things sorted out. He'll play it ahead. And that wasn't tipped at center. It's going to be an icing call on the Jets. Face-off will come back down. To the left of Levat. 11:49 remaining in the first period. Draws scrambled, comes free for the Jets, but they can't get it outside the line. Lee pokes it ahead. It's shut down there. Into the middle come the Thunder. Backhand shot wide of the near post. Quick shot there by Morash. Doesn't get to the net. McIntyre battling Atkinson down in the corner. Couple of tomahawk chops actually on the Thunder player. Delivered to the back of McIntyre, I believe, and he's going to get called for the first penalty of the game. It's not something you see every day. Almost looked like butt ending, to be honest. They're calling it roughing, but it's a strange play by number 67, Wyatt Baird. He's, in my opinion, lucky to only be getting a 2-minute penalty. It's a strange play. 11:23 remaining in the first. The Jets head to the power play. Here's McIntyre with it. Tries to put it cross ice off a skate. Kept in momentarily. Played all the way down. Out of the reach of any of the Jets players. Regathered here. Here's Crawley with it. Into the middle. Into the center. Can't get the shot away. Drifted to the side. Just couldn't be poked in on the back door. Back to the point, McIntyre to Crawley, into the middle, McIntyre, cross on the far side, that's Smith McNeil, McIntyre with it, quick shot, well wide of the goal. Turned over in the corner, but Parker Lee regains possession for the Jets. It's to Smith McNeil, back to the middle for McIntyre. McIntyre looking for a lane, gets it to Crawley. Crawley walks around his man, just loses possession momentarily. Regains it on the half wall. Parker falls down, but Crawley decides not to take the shot. Cross ice feed, and the return feed's deflected. Crawley has possession again. Switching places with McIntyre. Bobbles the puck. Smith McNeil down in the corner. Tries to pass it across. Parker, nice stick there to strip him of the puck. McIntyre keeps it in at the line momentarily, and that's finally chipped out of the zone by the Thunder. Jador back to McIntyre. McIntyre looking for an outlet. 28 seconds remain in the power play. McIntyre loses control at center, and that'll be fired down the ice. Only 20 seconds left in the first power play of the game for the Jets. Here comes Butters, trying to skate it in. Can't get the zone. Jador backs him up and fires it down, but there's no forecheck. White's going to pick it up and fire it back down the ice. Black regains it in his zone, but plays it around. Baird, the penalized player, back on the ice. Takes a quick shot, stopped by Levat with the blocker. And the Jets are 0 for 1 on the power play. Baird gains the line, fires it down. Levat will stop it behind his goal. Leaves it there for McDonald, but his outlet pass does not connect. Played to the boards, just out of the reach of Jador, but he regains possession. He's got a beat on the goal, and that's blocked by White. Hard shot from Jador, doesn't get through to the net. Played around, just out of the reach of the defenseman, but it's chipped down the ice, and that's going to be an icing call on the Thunder. Thunder trying to get away with a change on an icing, and referees are converging to make sure they get the right players back on the ice. Offensive zone draw for the Jets here. Simmons will step in to take it against Moore of the Thunder. Won by Simmons, back to the point. Quick shot, easy save there by Collins, and that's chipped by Stevens at the line. And dump back in. The Jets have to tag up. It's played out to the center ice area. Stevens steps up on his man McIver. Played ahead, chipped into the zone, but out of the reach of Smith McNeil. Here's Malik Stevens with it. He'll go for a lap. Plays it ahead to Simmons, but he just gets a stick on it, and he'll give chase. Morash plays it around. Kept in momentarily by Pemberton. Now it's played off the boards and out. McIver, good back check there to strip him of the puck was Crawley. Crawley sealed off along the wall, and Simmons follows up the play. He'll fire it off the glass and in. Crawley will be in forechecking for the Jets, but Morash is first man on it. Crawley takes him to the boards. Scagnon just plays it inside the line, but it's turned back quickly by the Jets. Played down the ice. Smith McNeil first on it. He's shadowed there by Reed. Reed plays it around just out of the reach of Cogger, and it's played back down for Simmons. Simmons has the puck behind the net, finds his mate Smith McNeil, but he can't center the puck. Big pile up along the half wall, comes free for the Thunder. They'll play it out to the neutral zone for McIntyre. McIntyre gets it to LeBlanc. LeBlanc will fire it down. Phillips gives chase, takes a wicked shot, but well wide of the net. And boomerangs all the way outside the zone. And the Thunder will gain the line and fire it in. Puck's behind Labatt's goal. Phillips comes in to help out. McIver with it. McIver picks up the loose puck, curls to the middle. Stripped by Phillips. Down low. Back to the point. Thunder have a little bit of possession and a quick shot deflected in front. Just might have got through the pads of Labatt, but wide of the goal. Jets are running around a little bit here. Tried to bank shot, but it's off the side of the goal. Ulof tries to play it back door, but out of the reach. Chip to the line, and that'll just make it down the ice, but no icing on the play. Laba back for it. Laba plays it across. Parker puts it up to the wing. That'll be an easy breakout pass. Good back check there from Ward to strip his man of the puck, but now Laba has it again. Laba into the middle. McIntyre can't pick off that pass. It'll go to an open corner. Big hit along the boards, but played ahead. Ward with some speed. He'll gain the line, but puck gets a little too far ahead of him. Can't get the play to the front of the net. Black has the puck put in his feet. Does well to ward his man off. McDonald with it. He'll quickly play it around, but a tough pass for Phillips to take. Turned over into the middle, but a good play from Parker Lee to come back to the puck. Headmans it to McDonald, and he'll play it down to the corner. Loose puck in the corner. One of the Jets have lost their stick. Puck comes free for the Thunder, and that'll be played off the boards and off the glass and over. Face-off will be coming inside the Thunder zone. Some scrambly play at both ends of the ice, but in the last few minutes or so, it's mostly been the Jets struggling to get outside their zone. Thunder play it up the boards, try to play it into the middle of the ice. That's shut down by Lee again. Fundy play it to the line, but off a body. Morrison tries to get it to Crawley, but that pass doesn't connect. McDonald plays it off the boards. Here's Pitts with it for the Thunder. He'll play it back. Played hard off the boards. Step on that, but it was Black, but it gets by him for Frazier. Frazier walks in, shadowed well by McDonald. Weak shot, gets to the net. Big save there. Rebounds there. They score! A broken play, but the Thunder stick with it, and it's poked home by Keegan Frazier of the Fundy Thunder to take a 1-0 lead at the 4:24 mark of the first period. Never a bad play to put the puck at the net. And Frazier's rewarded for it. Off the restart, Jador turns it over. Atkinson gets underneath Pemberton. wins the puck battle, back to the point. Here's White with it. White walks in, shot, blockered away by Levat, and that'll be punched outside the zone. Here's White with it inside his own zone. Plays it ahead, out of the reach there of Atkinson, and it's sent back down inside the Fundy zone. White reverses play. Plenty of time for the Thunder to break this out. Chipped into the middle, but behind Atkinson, and Butters will take over. He gets it to Stevens. Stevens, cross-ice feed, was behind Pemberton. He has to stop to take it. He'll play it into the middle for Jador. Jador over the line, shadowed nicely by Atkinson into the middle. No one there for the Jets, and back the other way will come the Thunder. This is Uloth, goes wide, drops it into the middle. Quick shot coming, good stick there to negate the shot. Chopped on goal, but doesn't make it to Levat. McIver along the boards. Battles it, but keeps it in. Sent down for Cogger. Cogger spins to try to center it, but it doesn't get to the net. Flipped high. Just does. Actually, it's going to be a high stick, I believe. Not an offside call. .2:55 left in the first period. Thunder holding a 1-0 lead on the goal by Frazier. Here's McIntyre for the Jets off the start. Gets it to LeBlanc. LeBlanc stretches it up, but that's off Cogger at center and right down onto Collins. Behind the net. Centering pass. Doesn't quite get to the net, and that centering pass is cut off by Cogger. Played into the middle for McIver. McIver with a head of steam the other way. Curls up and waits for his mates to get there. Quick shot towards the goal. That's blockered away by Levat. Centering pass cut off there, but not quite outside the zone. Shot and an easy stop for Levat. At least he made it look easy. He had to look through a little bit of traffic in front. Shots on goal are 9-3 in favor of the Thunder, who have had the better quality scoring chances to this point. Thunder control the draw. Pass onto the half wall, misses. McIntyre knifes it away. Into the middle. Warwick couldn't take the pass cleanly. It was a little behind him. Rimmed around. Out of everyone's reach. Moore steps up. McIntyre eliminates him from the play. Big hit down in the corner. Puck keeps moving forward, but it's kept in. Centering pass knocked away off a body. Warwick plays it down behind the goal. Big hit there by Lee. Both men go down. Centering pass, actually a bit of a shot on goal. Pad stop there from Levat. Shipped into the middle, but no Jet can quite pick it up. McIntyre will pick up the loose puck, try to go into the zone. McIntyre regains possession behind the net. Tries to shoot, but that's knocked away before the shot can get on goal. Back for the Jets is Ward. He'll play it ahead into the middle. McIntyre with another rush. He'll walk in, shot, glove save, rebounds there. They score! Travis Smith McNeil follows up the McIntyre rush and bangs home the rebound to tie things up for the Jets at 1. Nice play from the Jets to come in transition. Ward got it up to the wall, into the middle for McIntyre, and made a nice rush, created some chaos, and Smith McNeil beat Collins on the rebound to tie things at 1. Here's White, back in his own zone. Turned over to McDonald. McDonald looking for an avenue towards the goal. Fundy, Thunder have possession. They'll get it outside the zone. Just over the line was Frazier, but Uloth was a step ahead of him. or pardon me, it might have been white. Offside is the call. Off the restart, McDonald goes straight ahead with it, but White gets to the puck before McDonald can. Played to the boards, kept in by Phillips. Back to McDonald. McDonald leaves it for Ward, back to the point. Black thinks about a shot, but puts it back to Ward, and now it's going to be a turnover. Back the other way. The Thunder were coming, but they had a 2-on-2 rush. They turned over at the blue line. Played hard off the boards by Black. And that rush will stall there. Boss McDonald chips it over the board, over the glass, but it's turned over there. It along the boards. White of the Thunder. And that will do it for the first period of play. After one, it's the Jets 1, Thunder 1. Shots on goal are 10-6 in favor of the Thunder. We'll be back after the flood for the second period. And we're back to the second period of play between the Thunder and the Jets. After one period of play, it's 1-1. Shots on goal, 10-6 in favor of the Thunder. And we're about ready to get started. Here we go. Off the draw, Thunder control. Stretch pass into the center, connects. Played to Uloth on the back door. He'll gain the line. Drops the pass off there for McIver. McIver takes a hit along the boards, turns the puck over. Uloth behind the goal, centering pass just out of the reach. And it's played outside the zone by Crawley. Turned over there. Here's Uloth. He'll gain the line. Cross corner dump in. LeBlanc will be first to it. Gets it to McIntyre. Played up the boards. Out of the reach of Morrison. Into the middle. Good play there, but turned over to McIver. But was Crawley. LeBlanc supports the puck and he'll play it outside the line. McIntyre will pick up the loose puck at center. He cuts to the middle. Into the center. Shot. Stopped there by Collins. Rebounds behind the goal. Thunder will battle it outside the crease area, and the stretch pass into the middle off the stick of McIver down the ice. Left there for McIntyre. Played down the half wall, to Crawley, but he just gets a piece of it and thinks about going for a change. Jets forechecking, kept in by Penny. Momentarily played to the middle. Here's Atkinson. Tries to center the puck. That shot off the negated pass was off the body in front and sent down the ice by the Jets. White, first man on it for the Thunder. He takes a hit but gets the puck moving to center. Looks like they weren't going to call it, but it is going to be a tripping call. I believe it's on Malik Stevens of the Jets, or pardon me. It's going to be Sidney Pemberton, number 22. The Thunder will head to their first power play of the game. 18-18 left in the second period, with a chance to take a 2-1 lead for the Thunder. Stevens gets a chance to clear, but hits the linesman with the clearing attempt. Thunder have control. Uloth leaves it there. Cross-ice feed. Cochran back to Uloth. Over to the far wall. Parker. Parker's pass connects with McIver. McIver walks to the middle. Back to Uloth. His shot. They score! Levat stopped the initial shot, but the rebound was there, and it was banged home. I believe it's Jacob Cogger with the last touch on it. And the Thunder capitalize on the power play to take a 2-1 lead. 17:51 left in the second period. That didn't take long at all. Pemberton's penalty comes back to bite the Jets. They'll be looking to strike quickly to regain equal footing here, but it's played off the boards by Black, and here's a potential 2-on-1 chance. Shot off the pad, and another great stop by Levat on the rebound as well. Thunder almost double the lead, but Levat was equal to the task. Cochran in alone, tries to drag it around, and he does. He scores! 2 chances for Jude Cochran in about 15 seconds, and he buries the second one. And the Thunder do jump out to a 2-goal lead. 3-1, 17-20 left in the second period. Quick strike offense early in the second for the Thunder. Flip to the center. McIntyre regains possession for the Jets there. Gets it ahead. That's dumped in off a body of Parker. Parker plays it around. Thunder with possession, but off the skate of Ward in the neutral zone. McDonald in forechecking. Parker regains possession for the Thunder. He'll skate things out to center. McIntyre will just play it off the boards back out to center. It's fired right back down by the Thunder. Levat will stop it behind the goal. LeBlanc plays it around. Boss McDonald with it, but can't get it outside the zone. LeBlanc overskates it behind the goal. McIntyre with it. Plays it up the wing for Phillips. Phillips backhand pass. Misses the target. Off the skate of Laba, and he'll have to regroup for it with Ward on him. Plays reversed. LeBlanc gets a stick on it before the pass could be made. Centering pass. Slapped on goal. McIntyre fires it around, but it's out of play. Face-off will be inside, or outside, pardon me. No. They're saying it might have been deflected, I guess. Crawley off the draw. Quick shot. Stopped by Collins. Rebound stopped as well. And he'll hold for a face-off. Good move by Hudson Crawley off the draw to get a quality chance on goal, but Collins was equal to the task. Back to the point. Pemberton. Quick shot blocked by Atkinson. Flipped ahead. Pile up at center. McIver comes away with it. His cross-ice feed connects with White. He'll dump it down inside the Jet zone. Pemberton comes around to hit his man, but the puck comes free. Atkinson behind the Jets' goal. Sealed off by Pemberton. Battle down low. Lee trying to get it outside, and he does. Gets it ahead to Crawley. Crawley gains the line with Morrison on the wing. Quick shot wide of the goal, and that'll ramp up over the glass for another whistle. Promising rush for the Jets there, but not much to show for it as Crawley misses the goal with Morrison driving the far post. Another shot that hits Morrison in front. Rebounds there. Pemberton swing and a miss. And that'll just get outside the zone. Crawley back for it for the Jets. Pemberton off a shin pad, and that'll drift down inside the zone. White back for it for the Thunder. His pass gets around, just chipped ahead for Uloth. He'll skate things out the other way. Gains the line and fires it in for Cogger. Cogger gets it to Uloth, but he's stripped of the puck. Back to the point. Weak shot by Reed. Gets through to Levatt. Rebounds picked up there. What a shot in the basically the crease area that Levatt stops. And that's a huge stop for Levatt to give the Jets a chance to get back within one. Black off the draw, plays it around, but it's out of the reach of McDonald. Penny plays it to the line. It's deflected off Reed and down the ice, so icing's waved off. Jador in hard on Morash. He lays a hit along the boards, comes away with the puck. Can't get it back to the point. It's gloved down, played ahead nicely by Black. But the Thunder will pick up possession behind their goal. Cochran comes back to the puck, but can't find it in time. Played down behind the goal. Jador with it, trying to battle Morash off it, and does. Into the middle. Quick shot on goal by Butters, but he didn't get all of it. And then took a little bit of a shot afterwards. Morash gains the line and fires it in. Black back for it. Chips it to McDonald. Now McDonald has some time. His pass is off a body. McIver has it, and it's deflected by Black nicely before it could get to Levatt. Potential break here comes for Jador. He's being held up, but they don't call anything. I'm not sure if he saw it. Wasn't quite as subtle as I thought, but anyway. McIntyre with it at center. Plays it ahead. Andrew Penny gets absolutely labeled at the blue line. Tough pass to take there. McIntyre put it in his feet a little bit, and he was lined up. McIver now plays it into the middle, but it's shut down there by Lee, but they can't advance the puck any further. LeBlanc steps up, and the Jets come in transition. Here's Cole Simmons looking for a shot off the side of the goal. Played to the corner by the Thunder. Hard rim around. Going to be kept in by LeBlanc at the far line. Puck's dropped off there. Simmons with it. Quick shot on goal, but that's wide of the far post. Thunder battling two Jets along the half wall. Puck finally comes free. Smith McNeil dishes it to Simmons. Simmons thinks about a shot, but drags it behind the goal. His centering pass is shut down. Back to the point, but out of the reach of McIntyre. He'll play it to an open wing for Smith McNeil. He'll chip it down, and it's sent right back out to center. Smith McNeil takes a slap shot from center. Jets have to tag up, and as they're changing, they're going to have to tag up again. McIntyre steps up to seal his man. Puck just bounces to the line. Here's McIntyre with it again. Quick shot on goal. Rebounds there, and it's shot over the net and over the glass by Travis Smith McNeil. It was a sharp angle, but he did look like he had a bead on the corner. .11:54 left in the second. Thunder up by 2, 3-1. Jets with a glorious chance to cut it to a 1-goal lead, but couldn't find the back of the net. Off the draw, Jets control. McDonald plays it down for Phillips, but he took the wrong route to the puck and it chipped away from him. Played ahead by the Thunder. Into the middle of the ice. Rennie takes a shot off the goalie, Levatt, and a rebound was sitting there, but no Thunder player could find it in time, and the Jets will gather it up there. McDonald plays it down as he's knocked down. Laba will go back for it. He can't pick it up cleanly, though. Moore will give it a try, and he's stripped of the puck as well. He'll get another chance. Pemberton pinches down for the Jets. Pitts behind his goal. He can't find an outlet pass. Turned over, but Black is heading to the bench. Or no, sorry, that's Ward. He's headed to the bench. Looks like he's potentially injured, so he misses the pass. That pass by Pemberton, cut off by Uloth. His shot on goal. Not sure if it made it to the goal, but Levatt had the angle covered. And the scramble is on for the Jets now as they were changing. Here's Foss McDonald. He'll get it outside the line. White, he's knocked off stride, but fires it back down onto Levatt. Stevens plays that puck ahead, just out of the reach of Phillips. All he can do is get a stick on it to chip it inside the zone. Now they'll tag up, and the Thunder have time to break it out. White regroups, plays it high off the boards. And that'll be sent down the ice by Baird, and that's going to be an icing call on the Thunder. Just about halfway through this contest. Shots on goal are 17-11 in favor of the Thunder, who have staked themselves to a 2-goal lead. Off the draw, Reed tries to play it around. It does make its way to Baird. Baird flips it through the neutral or to the line, but doesn't get out to the neutral zone. Now it does. McDonald will fire it right back down. White with it again, looking for some options. Plays it up to Baird. Baird with some time, flips it high. And that'll just get outside the line. And that's going to be an offside call on the Jets. Thunder control the draw. Parker plays it ahead. Gagnon knocked off the puck. Two Jets tangled up with each other there, but the puck gets ahead to Lee. Lee has an angle, plays it to the middle, just out of the reach of Crawley. And it harmlessly drifts to the corner. Cochran will take it over there. for the Thunder. He gets it ahead. Shot by McIver. Blocker stop. Rebounds behind the goal. Wraparound attempt. That's shut down as well by Daniel Levat. He's definitely been the busier of the two goalies in this one, making some great stops to keep the Jets in the game. Draws scrambled, comes free for the Jets. LeBlanc. LeBlanc will play it hard off the glass. That's knocked down by Parker and fired back down inside the Jets zone. LeBlanc with it, plays it off the boards, connects with Penny. Penny takes a hit but tries to keep the puck moving. Jets are offside. They'll have to tag up. Lots of time for Parker behind his goal to make a pass. He's knocked down hard by Jador, and the puck comes free for Butters, but he can't take advantage of getting it to the net. Pass into the middle, loose puck, McIntyre finds it, but can't get a shot towards the goal. Here's Penny behind the goal. He fires it hard around for LeBlanc. LeBlanc steps up, McIver takes a piece out of him. Penny behind the goal working. Jador in, finds his man, and it's chipped by McIntyre. Potential odd man rush for McIver and the Fundy Thunder. He's knocked off stride by Butters. Good play from Butters of the Jets. McIntyre plays it off a stick. Just ahead for Penny. But he can't take the pass at center. Big hit at center on Jador. He goes down. This game all of a sudden is getting a little physical. You can see it starting to teeter on the edge. A lot of pushing and shoving in front of the benches. Doesn't look like anything's going to come of it yet. Referee's trying to sort things out. That was quite the long break. Off the draw, Thunder control. Frazier tries to chip it ahead. He's knocked down by Pemberton. Played to the middle of the ice. Crawley tries to strip his man, but it's fired down inside the zone. Forecheck is on, and the Thunder come away with it easily. Pass back to the point, out of the reach of White. Crawley back the other way for the Jets. He's got a man driving in the net. Simmons, shot. What a stop by Cooper Collins, and the rebound was swept away down the ice before Smith McNeil could find it. Nice pass by Crawley to give that opportunity to Simmons, but he couldn't find the back of the net. Icing is the call on the Thunder. Jets with an offensive zone face-off here. Thunder scramble the draw, played behind the goal. Smith McNeil picks it up. Centering pass is off a skate. Simmons can't find it, and it's played outside the zone. Frazier gets the line and fires it down behind the Jets' goal. Levat plays it around out of the reach of Crawley. That'll get to the line, but it's kept in. Rebounds there. Big shot stopped by Levat, and the rebound's chopped over the goal. Nice stick there as the pass by Frazier was negated. Sent down the ice, but White will have it there. He just doesn't get it outside the line. Smith McNeil follows up the play. Backdoor shot off the post. What a pass by Smith McNeil to find Simmons, but he couldn't find the back of the net. This line's had some chances. Smith McNeil with the only goal of the game for the Jets, and he probably could have a couple more. Here's Atkinson over the line. He's stepped up on there by McDonald, but still has possession. He'll grind along the boards, leaves it there for Baird. Into the middle, shot, blocker, stop by Levat. That one was off Gavin Moore. The Thunder are finding open men in the slot area just about every shift now. Big hit by Phillips along the boards, and the puck comes free. He'll play it outside the zone, and it's sent back down off a body for an offside call against the Thunder. Some pushing and shoving, but nothing serious. 6 minutes and 1 second remaining in the second period. Off the draw, sent down behind Levat. He'll play it there. Reverses play for Phillips. He has to avoid the check of Cogger. Gets it into the middle for McDonald, but he can't advance the puck any further. Cogger stepped up on by Phillips, but gets the puck down into the corner for McIver. And we are going to see a penalty. Interference is the call. Two minutes for interference to Matt Phillips, number 27 of the Jets. Thunder will get a second opportunity of the game on the power play, currently 1-for-1. Off the draw, they control. Parker down on the point, plays it down to the corner. McIntyre tries to seal his man on the boards and does. Cogger comes in to help out. Puck comes free. McIntyre battling Parker down low. Puck's played to the half wall. McIver with it, tries to spin off McIntyre. Lost the puck. McIntyre doing a great job, but can't get it outside the zone. And he's pinned down by McIver. Played around the boards, but McDonald can't get to it. Jets will get a second chance, but they can't find it in their feet. Two men in front of the Jets' goal, but that's erased nicely by McDonald. And he'll fire it down the ice. Parker now for the Thunder. He'll wait for his mates to get in their positions. Break this out. Up the boards. Connects with Cochran. Cochran sealed off by McDonald. Played ahead. McIver is flipped back to Parker. And they'll regroup yet again, the Thunder inside their zone. Pass up the middle, off a stick, but does get to McIver. McIver curls up. Jets doing a good job to make sure nothing easy is in terms of entries. McIntyre plays it around, but not enough on the clearing attempt. It's kept in. Stick's gone there. Centering pass. Shot. Pad stop by Levat. McIntyre came out sprawling, but McIver did well to hold on to the puck and get the shot through. And now the Thunder have their setup with some tired penalty killers. Here's Cochran with it. Leaves it there for Parker. That's Uloth across the ice. Back on the far side, but having a hard time connecting cleanly on these passes. Pass to the back door is out of the reach of McIver. McIntyre lays a hit on his man. Tries the stretch pass, and he connects. Oh, they're saying it's offside by a hair. As Phillips comes out of the box, McIntyre tries the long home run pass, but Phillips is offside. Good job by the Jets to kill that penalty to keep themselves in the game. A couple of good looks for McIver on the power play for the Thunder. Pemberton battles his man to the boards, plays it ahead for Morrison. Morrison into the middle. Lee knocks his man down and keeps on trucking. That's going to be an offside call as Moore enters the zone with two of his teammates trapped. Straight ahead with it comes Moore off the draw. His shot wide of the goal. Ramps up around the glass and around. Sent back behind the net. Crawley absorbs a hit. Played to the point, but that's kept in. Shot towards the goal, deflected in front. Pemberton battled Atkinson there, and it's played around to the near corner. Chipped by Pitts at the line. Here's White. Back in his own zone with Lee on him. Nice evasive move there by White. Off the stick at center and down the ice. Here's Moore with it. Quick shot. Glove stop by Levat. And he'll hold for a faceoff. 2:41 left in the second period. 3-1 Thunder over the Jets. Shots on goal are 23-12 now in favor of the Fundy Thunder. Labatt's been quite busy this last 6 or 7 minute stretch. Here's Pitts off the draw. Across, connects with White. His shot doesn't get to the net. That's Black, pardon me. Gets it ahead. It's just chipped outside the zone. White regroups there. That's going to hit a glove at the Thunder bench for another whistle. Thunder control it off the draw. They're winning most of them at this stage of the game. Pitts gains the line, fires it softly into the cross corner. First man on it is the Thunder. Centering pass just off the stick before the shot can be taken and battled behind the net. Gagnon comes in for the Thunder to dig it free. Can't center it cleanly. Off the skate of Penny. And regrouping there are the Jets. Chipped ahead, potential 2-on-1 chance here. Butters can't get the shot away, and he basically takes the 2-on-1 opportunity away as he cuts in front of Penny. Turns out to be a relatively easy save for Collins. Jets have too many men on the ice. They'll have to send someone off, and we're ready to get the puck dropped into the final 2 minutes of the second period. Pass behind the net. Jador steps in front of it but can't center it. Butters tries to play it back down, but he's sealed along the wall. Played off the boards and off the glove of LeBlanc, and that'll end up inside the bench of the Jets. Face-off inside the zone here for the Jets, looking to get something on the board before the period ends. Battle along the boards, cleared to the line, and it'll just get outside as LeBlanc couldn't find the handle. Thunder have it now. Here's Morash. Regroups in his own zone. Pass over to Reed. That'll just get outside the line. And McIver will drag it back in with pressure on the back. Cogger gets it ahead, but no one there for the Thunder. LeBlanc plays it ahead to Jador, but he can't take it cleanly. He ends up taking that pass by the Thunder and putting it on goal. Easy stop for Collins. And back the other way come the Thunder. Stab at it there from McIntyre, but Ulof keeps the puck. And it's sent around. McIntyre fakes the shot. The clearing attempt. He'll gain possession behind his goal. Walks out front of the net. Flips it across to LeBlanc. LeBlanc makes one man miss, but can't get the pass away to Jador cleanly. Jador tries to find Crawley in the middle of the ice, but he bobbles it and takes a hit. McIntyre steps up, knocks his man down, but can't find the puck. Back the other way is Ulof. He's in on a break. He shoots. He scores! Bar down for Trent Ulof with 17 seconds left on the clock. And just like that, the Thunder jump out to a 3-goal lead, 4-1, with only 17 seconds left in the second period. Thunder did very well to come in transition quickly there. A couple of passes, and all of a sudden they had a breakaway opportunity. And a great shot from Ulof. And Labatt keeps the puck moving, not wanting an defensive zone face-off. Now we have an odd man rush for the Jets, but the puck doesn't actually get to the net as Simmons and Smith-McNeil kind of cut each other off again. And after 2 periods of play, the score is 4-1 in favor of the Thunder over the Jets. Shots on goal are 25-15. We'll be back for the third period after the flood. And we're back for the third period of play between the Jets and the Fundy. After 2 periods of play, the Fundy hold a 4-1 lead. Shots on goal, 25-15, and here we go for the third. Fundy control it off the draw, but the puck's overskated. Crawley chips it ahead. He's in, he shoots. Blockers stopped by Collins. And a great chance for the Jets to cut into the lead, but Collins stops Crawley on the partial break. There's McIntyre, plays it back to LeBlanc. LeBlanc plays it down the ice, but Parker could have touched that, so icing's waved off. Crawley chips it by Parker. Centering pass, no one there for the Jets. Puck's turned over, played down by LeBlanc, but Lee couldn't find it. Shot there by Phillips. Stopped by Collins. Rebound into the corner. Crawley strips his man, has a shot in and out of the glove of Collins, and he'll hold it for a face-off. Good flurry of action for the Jets early in this third period. 3 or 4 quality chances, but Collins shuts them all down. Thunder have control, played behind the net, now up the boards, into the middle, that pass connects. Good back check there by the Jets to make sure that puck doesn't get to the middle. Played into the corner, Atkinson knocked off his feet by Stevens. Played up to the boards for McDonald. He has some time, plays it into the middle. Here's Cashin Morrison with it, he'll gain the line, fire it down behind the goal. Pitts first to it for the Thunder. He plays it outside the line, and it'll be fired right back down. That pass misses at the points. Pemberton, his shot's blocked with a set of shin pads by White, and that'll be sent down the ice by Ward. He didn't quite get the line, but Levac came out to play it, so icing's waved off. Here's Stevens with it, lots of time. Softly plays it up the boards for Foss McDonald. He'll chip it by Morash, and it'll be sent right back out. Off the skate of Rennie, into the middle for Cochran. Cochran walks around his man, chopped on goal. Another stop by Levat on the short side, and that's played off the glass, and it'll skip out of play. Another great stop in tight for Levat on Cochran and on Rennie. Jets need a quick goal to try to get back in this game, and the Thunder looking to keep their 3-goal lead intact. Here's Lee, tries to barge forward with it. That rush is stopped. Played around for Warwick. He can't get a piece of it. Played down behind Collins by McDonald. Scrum forward in the corner. Phillips comes in to help out. Gets it ahead. Spinning and firing is Crawley off the side of the goal. Chopped in front of the net, but no one home for the Jets. Black tries to fire it down to Crawley, but that pass is picked off. Chopped around McDonald. Into the corners, Rennie gets it to Cochran momentarily, but it's stripped from him by Lee. Phillips will gain possession momentarily, and it's chopped down the ice for an icing call against the Jets. The Thunder will put a fresh line on to try to take advantage of this icing call. And they win the draw. Quick shot on goal. Right into the crest of Levat, and he'll hold for a face-off. Jets will get the change they needed. McIntyre plays it ahead, but Penny didn't see the pass. It'll drift down the ice, but Parker could have played that one again. That's the second or third time he's done that. Icing's waved off. Colin McDonald that's Stefan LeBlanc. Keeps it in at the line. Played down for Jador. Jador tries to curl out of the corner. He's stripped of the puck. Now Frazier comes back the other way. Gets the line. One-on-one with LeBlanc. LeBlanc strips him of the puck. Gagnon, centering pass off the stick there of Cogger. And LeBlanc will play it up the wing, into the middle, off the stick of Jador. And Parker dumps it down the ice for the Thunder. Here's LeBlanc with it. Long stretch pass connects at center. Penny can't take it cleanly. And LeBlanc will have another chance. He gets it to McIntyre. McIntyre with some room to skate. He'll gain the line. Cuts in. He's got a chance to shoot. He has his own man in the way. Rebound. And oh my goodness, it's cleared off the line. What a stop by Collins. Another great chance for the Jets to cut into the lead. Collins has been excellent in this third period. Labo will have it at the line. Tries to play it down low. Chopped off the stick by Butters. McIntyre spins off his check. Now he's lost possession into the middle. Chance coming. Just wide of the far post. Here's Atkinson with it. He's content to just leave it along the dasher. And the Jets will regain possession behind their goal. Played high off the glass. That's going to drift down the ice with Jador chasing it, but that's going to be an icing call on the Jets as Pitts comes back to touch up for the Thunder. Couple of dangerous chances for the Thunder inside the Jets zone. It's still a 4-1 game. 5 minutes into this third period. Laba at the line. Fires it down behind the net. Thunder looking for a pass into the slot. Quick shot towards the goals. Blocked before it could get there. Now Jador comes back with the Jets. He beats his man. Walks in. Has the shot negated. He'll regain possession behind the goal. Leaves it there for Phillips. He'll keep the puck moving, but Penny was in front of the net. He didn't see the pass behind as the cycle game was engaged. Here's Jador. Finds it momentarily, but it's played to the middle. Baird gathers it there. Knocked out of the air with a high stick by Penny. And Baird follows it up. Beats two Jets to the puck. He's in. Weak shot on goal was stopped by Levatt. And it's sent down the ice. Here's Morash. Plays it across. Reed ahead to Baird. His pass misses. And it's chopped out to center. Smith McNeil chips it around his man, and he's clotheslined and then slashed on top of it by Wyatt Baird, who has been a little frisky in this matchup this afternoon. Number 67 of the Fundy Thunder's taking some real silly penalties. Jets with a power play opportunity here. Try to cut into this lead. Here's McDonald over to McIntyre. McIntyre walks in. Shot on goal. Redirected. Good save by Collins. Rebound cleared to the line. McIntyre again. Back to the point for McDonald. He bobbles the pass. Jets regroup. Quick shot from the point. Easy blocker save. McIntyre cuts in. Big hit along the boards. Morash is leveled. And that's sent to the line and out. McDonald's going to have to get on his horse. He's got Cogger on his heels. And Cogger wins the battle into the middle of the ice. On the back door, Morash can't get much on the shot, but Levatt was equal to it. Might have hit the side of the goal. Jets give up a quality opportunity on the power play. Into the middle, Travis Smith-McNeil back to Simmons. Simmons will gain the line and set things up for the Jets. On the weak side for McIntyre. McIntyre's shot just wide of the goal. Chipped to the front. Off the side of the goal before it could get to the intended target. McIntyre knocked down. Sticks lodged in his midsection. Back to the point. Quick shot. And it's just wide of the goal. Collins might have got a piece of it. McIntyre with it. Played down low. Smith-McNeil Thinks about a pass towards the front of the net. Elects to go back to McIntyre now. Here's Simmons with it. He's cornered. Puts it down low for Phillips. Phillips looking towards the goal. Back to Smith McNeil. He'll have a shot on goal. Pad stop. Rebounds behind the goal. Pass in front, and another great stop by Collins. And they'll try it again, and its rebound is chopped. Oh, I think they're calling the net off in that situation. That is a tough call for the Jets, as they did everything but put it in on Cooper Collins. And with a scramble, Collins inadvertently puts the net off for a whistle. Only 10 seconds remaining in the penalty to Baird, who can thank his goalie after that penalty to keep this game a 4-1 lead in favor of the Thunder. Played around, kept in by Black. Black takes a hit along the boards. Actually, two Jets run into each other, and it's played into the middle, and that'll do it for the power play for the Jets. Levatt comes out to play it, plays it back behind the goal. Rimmed around for Black. Black with lots of time. Plays it high, but out of the reach of Crawley. It'll hop over Parker's stick, and Crawley goes in for it. Crawley tries to pass it back to Black. Has that pass chopped away. Here's Parker with a head of steam through the neutral zone. Plays it around. Black back for it. Taken away there by Rennie. Rennie gives it right back to Black. And that's kept in at the line by Laba, but that's going to be a hand pass. Laba gloved it down. He doesn't agree with the call, but it's the right one. Face off in the neutral zone, controlled by the Jets. Ward comes away with it off the draw, tries to cut to the middle, and he's stripped of the puck. Sent back the other way quickly. Here's Cochran. Cochran stripped of the puck there by Crawley. And Crawley will curl behind his goal, cuts out into the middle of the ice, and he'll regain possession inside the zone. Tries to chop it on goal, stopped there by Collins. Off the glass, but gloved down by Crawley. Crawley knocked down to one knee. Quick shot wide of the goal. Good pressure from Lee, but can't get the puck deep. Turned over in the middle of the ice by the Thunder. Stevens plays it up quickly. Crawley will chop it in and go for a quick change. Here's White behind the net for Pitts. Up to the half wall, and that pass across the ice connects with Rennie. Rennie. Good hands through the zone, but has it knocked off his stick into the middle of the ice, just out of the reach of Foss McDonald. And that's sent down the ice. Icing's going to be waved off. Phillips battling White for it. Played around to the far point, and just outside the zone for Stevens. Stevens pass into the middle off a stick, but gets to McDonald. McDonald, quick shot on goal. Blockered away by Collins. May have been going wide. Battle behind the net. Puck comes free for the Jets. Here's McDonald. Little stop and start there. Comes free for Phillips. He'll play it down low for Morrison. He can't find the handle. Morash will gather it up and fire it down the ice. Icing's going to be waved off as LeBlanc had a touch on that. Played around the boards. Into the middle for McDonald, but he couldn't find his man. And it's chopped outside the line by the Thunder. And here comes Gagnon. Quick shot. Paddle stopped by Levatt. Puck's into the corner. Rebounds controlled there by the Thunder, but it's chopped away nicely by Phillips. Ahead for McDonald. McDonald tries to walk around. Reed chops it on goal. Easy save there for Collins, who took the lower part of the net away as McDonald only had one hand on his stick. Pretty hard to elevate the puck there. .8:52 left in the third period. Jets have closed the shot gap to 31-23 in favor of the Thunder, but nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. Played back to the point, but never does reach McIntyre. Atkinson is going to be trying the stretch at the line, but offside is the call. McIver made one too many moves. Played ahead, but turned over there. Sent back down to the jet zone for McIntyre. He fakes the pass. Can't get the puck around Atkinson, and it's fired down the ice. First man on it's going to be LeBlanc. He'll rim it around to McIntyre. He flips it high, just out of the reach there of the on-rushing Butters. Jador doing good work to turn that puck over. Big hit there, and that's going to be a penalty. As soon as the Thunder touch up, it's like Colton Butters taking a moment to gather himself. It's like Jackson McIver, number 71 of the Thunder, will sit. Two-minute head contact penalty. Jets will head back to the power play with 8:13 left in the third period. Played behind the goal, but turned over there to Phillips. Phillips of the Jets will stop up in the corner. Quick pass on the back door. They score! Great pass from Matt Phillips. Finds Travis Smith-McNeil for the one-time shot, and he beats Collins for his second of the game to cut the lead to a 4-2 in favor of the Thunder. That didn't take long into the McIver penalty. The Jets strike quickly to try and get themselves back in this game. Great pass and an even better shot from Travis Smith-McNeil. McIntyre off the restart finds LeBlanc. LeBlanc headman pass finds Travis Smith-McNeil, the latest goal scorer. He can't get through the D. Centering pass, shot on goal, rebounds there. Smith-McNeil knocked down behind the goal. Rebound comes out front. No one there for the Jets. Thunder come in transition. They'll gain the line and flip it down onto Levatt, and he'll be forced to hold for a whistle. Sorry about all the slamming. A couple of the Thunder players are unhappy with the door to the bench, I guess. Face off deep inside the Jet zone. Thunder getting away with a very late change. Off the draw. McIntyre stripped of the puck. Backhand shot. Gloves stopped by Levatt. Jets trying to break out of the zone quickly. Turn the puck over and a quick backhand shot on Levatt. Easy stop. Puck's in at the line, played to an open wing. White steps up, takes a shot towards the goal off a body, and that'll ramp up at a play. Thunder control, yet another draw. Shot towards the goal by White, off a body and into the corner. Centering pass, just off the stick in front, and it's played off the boards and to the line, but kept in by White. He's got some room. Shot off the paddle of Levatt, played ahead for Ward. Ward with some room to move. He'll gain the line. Tries to beat Pitts wide. Centering pass. Lee was knocked down away from the puck. Couldn't take the pass cleanly. Kept in at the line by Crawley, but he can't find an open player, and it's just played out by the Thunder. Chipped around by Warwick. Quick shot on goal. Strange rebound, and off the side of the net by Warwick. Levatt Closed off the angle. Centering pass is negated there by Stevens. His pass is ahead. Connects with Crawley. Crawley tries to play it to the middle. Traylor Ward has it. Shot. And a great stop by Collins. Jets with a quick up by Stevens. Crawley couldn't quite get the chance away that he wanted. But good play from Isaac Ward to follow up the play and get a quality chance on goal. Big stop there to keep this a 2-goal game for Collins. Morrison jumps ahead, tries to get the draw. Morash clears it to the line, but it's kept in by Stevens, and that's sent over the boards. Face off inside the Thunder zone. Thunder control this draw. Reed behind the goal, plays it softly around to Atkinson. He's closed on by Pemberton. Big pile up along the corner. Comes free momentarily. Chance for the Thunder the other way. Moore gets the shot away, but he's taken down by Stevens. Stevens plays it ahead for McDonald, but it's out of his reach. Morrison picks up the puck for the Jets. Pass into the middle off the heel of Foss McDonald's stick. And a wild shot towards the front. McDonald tried to get a stick on it, but Collins found it before he could. 5:41 remaining now in the third. Jets have really pushed in this third period, but they've only got the 1 goal to show for it. Off the draw, straight ahead with it. Comes Cogger. Cogger tries to go wide on McIntyre. McIntyre gets a piece of him, strips him of the puck. Puck's into the corner. Played ahead for Frazier. Frazier sealed along the boards as well. Thunder are content to keep it down there, kill lots of time. High stick there, missed by the referees. Puck's played behind the goal, but no one there for the Jets. McIntyre gathers it. They'll play it hard off the boards, and that'll get through. 2-on-1 opportunity. Here's Jador. Jador walks in, shoots, scores! McIntyre banks it off the boards and springs Jador, and he rips it over the pad and below the glove of Collins to cut the lead to 1 for the Jets. What a great shot by Colton Jador. And we have a 4-3 hockey game with 5:01 to go in the third period. Off the restart, LeBlanc chips it ahead to Penny. Penny gets it to Jador. He can't find it in his feet. He'll gain the zone and fire it down. Penny battling his man to the boards. Butters follows up the play. He'll play it down for Jador. His centering pass chopped off the stick of Penny. 3-on-2 rush for the Thunder. Back the other way. Drop back. Warwick back down low. And he can't get the shot away into the middle. Rennie has his shot blocked. Rennie regains possession at the point. Played down low. Pile up in front of Levatt. Quick shot on goal. And that's off a body and over the boards. We're going to get a penalty, I believe. Cross-checking was the signal. Looks like Colton Butters of the Jets will sit for 2 minutes or less just after all that momentum for the Jets. After scoring that 4-3 goal, they'll have to kill a penalty with 4:20 to go in the third period. Excellent opportunity for the Thunder to regain a more comfortable lead. Off the draw, McIntyre chips it ahead, puts it to an area. Skating onto it was Simmons, but he couldn't get there in time. Back forward is McIntyre. He'll gain possession, fire it down the ice, at least to the Fundy Thunder zone. Here's Parker with it. Parker gains the line, tries to go down the middle, and he'll cut up and look for a setup. Here's McIver. Chips it around Simmons. Onto the half wall. Here's Cochran. Jude Cochran. Plays it across. Here's Parker surveying the ice. Gets it down low. On the back door, they score! And just like that, the Thunder regain their 2-goal lead. Power play goal by Trent Uloth, his second of the game. Went hard to that back post and banged it in. It's 5-3 Thunder. And it turns out to be a costly penalty for the Jets, as now they have a larger hill to climb. Black gets it inside the zone, but it's chipped right back out. Simmons has his stick lifted, and that's fired down the ice by the Thunder. That's going to be an icing call. 3:24 left in the third period. Great pass on that last power play goal by Jackson McIver to find the backdoor tap in for Uloth. Off the draw, puck's played ahead. Frazier plays it cross ice, misses Atkinson with it. He's sealed off along the boards, played into the middle of the ice, off a body and down to the corner. Black, first man on it. Jets battling hard to get it outside the zone, and they will. A possession turned over to the Thunder. White's pass is off the leg of Moore. He'll go for a change. And that's turned over off the body into the middle. They score! Travis Smith-McNeil just off the bench. Off a body and onto his stick, and he beats Collins clean over the shoulder for the hat trick, I believe. And we have one hat on the ice. We should see if we can get a few more here, guys. Travis Smith-McNeil having a game for the Jets. And that gets it back to a 1-goal game. 5-4 Thunder. Off the restart at center. Thunder control. Lots of time to dump it down the ice. McIntyre on it. Plays it hard around. Takes a hit out of the reach of Ward, and it'll come out to center for Reed. Reed's pass across. Connects just by everyone. McIntyre will chip it out to Ward. He has his stick lifted. Rennie now into the middle. Back check by Lee, but Rennie regains possession. Into the corner. Tries to play it back to the point. McIntyre uses his skate to kick it ahead. Back into the middle for McIntyre. He's hooked from behind. Tries to play it on the back door for Crawley. That pass misses, and Crawley's dumped in the corner. Two Thunder come in to battle. Parker and Gagnon doing great work to kill some time off to the clock. We're into the final 2 minutes. Puck's battled up to the half wall, kept in by Lee. He tries to play it back down. That hits a body. Here's Crawley into the middle. Shot. And what a stop by Collins. I'm not sure he knew exactly where it was, but he finds it and holds it for a face-off. A minute and 42 seconds on the clock. Face-off inside the Jet zone, the Fundy zone. And the Jets call their timeout. You'd expect them to pull that in favor of the extra attacker here to try and tie this game at 5. And the Jets elect to keep Levatt in the goal. Probably has something to do with the face-off efficiency of the Thunder, and they do win this one. And that's sent down the ice. It's going to be a race for the puck. McIntyre gets there in time. Icing is the call. McIver was on his horse, but McIntyre beat him by a step. That took about 10 seconds off the clock. 1:34 remaining now. See if the Jets can win the draw to get Levatt out of the goal. And they do. Crawley back to McIntyre. McIntyre walks in, walks around McIver. Quick shot towards the goal off the side of the net. Played to the line, and that'll slide down the ice, but not enough for icing. Jador back for it for the Jets. And Levatt is out of the goal for the extra attacker. Here's Crawley behind his goal, trying to get ahead of steam built up. He's got a guy on his hip, but he shakes loose. Beats Pitts wide, tries to cut in. Rebounds there, and it's shut down by Collins. Good rush from Crawley to drive the net hard, but Collins sealed the post. 1:03 on the clock here. 5-4 Fundy Thunder over the Jets. Referee directing traffic, not allowing some late changes to be made. And we're ready to go. Fundy win the draw. Pitts can't get enough on it. Can't get it ahead. Puck's just lying behind the goal. No one can find it. Battled to the boards. Phillips puts it down to Jador. Jador into the middle. Loose puck. Kept in by McIntyre. He's on the backhand. He can't get the shot away. He'll work it towards the back of the goal. Centering pass off the side of the net. Here's Crawley with it. Quick shot on goal. Rebounds there. Chopped away. Sent down the ice. Just wide of the net. Rebounds there, and it's going to be an icing call as McIntyre gets back in time. 32 seconds on the clock. The Fundy Thunder go for the open net, and then the race was on. McIver against McIntyre, and McIntyre wins the race for the icing call. Face-off is going to be called, the timeout is going to be called by the Thunder. Give some of their players that have been stuck on the ice for a few long shift inside the defensive zone a little bit of a rest. And we're about ready for the last 30 seconds of this one, folks. Fundy with a 5-4 lead over the Jets. Been a wild third period. Here we go. Face-off's controlled by the Jets. McIntyre keeps it in momentarily. And it's chopped out by the Thunder. Now Lee with it. He'll drop it back. Gets it to Crawley. Crawley spins off his man. Sealed off, though. Sent down the ice. Right on Collins. Lee battles it. Gets the puck back. Back to the point. McIntyre has it. Jump over his stick as the puck was rolling. Played across for Crawley. And that's going to do it for this one. Sent down the ice, and they score! Actually, the goal is waved off as it was an offside call on the Thunder. I think that is it for this one, though. Everyone looks a little unsure, but I think that's it. What a great game by both teams. Wild third period, but the Jets come up short. And the Thunder skate away with a 5-4 victory. Final shots on goal are 37-32 in favor of the Thunder. Thanks for tuning in to this one. My name is Jeff McIntyre for High Button Sports. Make sure to stay tuned for the Sydney Mitsubishi Rush against